guys, and welcome back to another short flow. Today's sequence is going to be more of a skills-based sequence, focusing on our planching technique. So you don't need anything at all for today, just some space on the floor, a mat if you have one, and whenever you're ready, come and join me in a kneeling position in the centre of your mats. So planching is a skill that we use to create strength and stability across the shoulder and upper back area of the body, which will help us become more stable and strong in our arm balance positions, our inversions, all that kind of thing. So I'll just demonstrate to you what planching is. We're going to begin this session by warming up our backs, engaging the scapular area and the muscles around the kind of spine, and working with the mobility and flexibility that we have within our backs already. So if you come onto your hands and knees, we're just going to begin with 10 cat-cows. So you're going to simply dip the stomach, look up towards the ceiling as you squeeze the shoulder blades together and pull them back and down away from the ears. So think about squeezing a pencil in between those shoulder blades, and then as you exhale, round through the spine, pulling the shoulder blades apart and pressing the ground away, sucking the navel up toward the spine. So think about trying to really hollow out your chest. It's an angry cat position. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Last one, inhale to lift. Exhale to round. From here, we're just going to simply take a few scap presses. So it's a very, very small movement. It's just simply finding that movement between the shoulders and the back, squeezing the shoulder blades together and pushing them apart to lift and lower. So don't expect to move far. Simply come onto your hands and knees. Make sure your arms are locked out straight, hands under shoulders. And you could do this in a kneeling position or a plank position. So wherever you feel comfortable, we're just simply going to come up in whichever position you find. Engage the belly if you're in your plank. And you're going to think about pulling those shoulder blades apart and then squeezing them together. Pull them apart. Squeeze 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 them together. 4 more. Last one. And then come down to your knees if you're not already, and sit back in extended child's pose and just relax off your arms for a few breaths. So your back now should be feeling pretty warm and fired up. Your arms should be feeling it too. We're going to then take this into a transitional pose. So we're going to practice planching in high plank first. So you're simply going to come into your plank position. Option to do this on your knees if you need to. Think about getting those hands underneath your shoulders wherever you are, and then think about pulling the shoulder blades apart. So if you need to drop to your knees, remember to keep that shoulders, hips and knees all in one line. Come up onto your toes if you're not doing this on your knees. Shoot the body weight forwards and think about pushing through the shoulders to lift the chest away from the ground. Keep the hips tucked, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the inner thighs. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then press back to down facing dog to release. We're going to do that 4 more times. So inhale to roll forwards, shoot the weight forwards over the fingers, hold for 3, 2, 1, push back. 3 more times. 2, 1, push back. Inhale to roll forwards, hold for 3, 2, 1. As you get tired, careful not to let your bum peek up. Last 2, hold for 3, 2, 1, push back. Last one. Shoot forwards as you inhale, push that ground away, make it your best one yet. Squeeze those hips down. Hold for 3, 2, 1, push back to down facing dog, and then just come down onto your knees and sit back in extended child's pose to relax for 2 to 3 breaths. So the next movement we're going to do is called Dolphin Press. it's going to be in a clasped hand forearm position for dolphin. And we're going to simply shoot the body weight forwards. So you're going to feel that planching in an inverted position, but also start to build strength and stability there as well in a different kind of way. So come to a kneeling position on your mat, take your forearms to the floor, palms together, interlace the fingers, thumbs facing up. So you're clasping your hands together. Elbows should be shoulder distance apart. And you're simply just going to tuck your toes, feet hip distance apart, push up into dolphin pose. So it's like an upside down or a forearm version of down facing dog. So make sure there's space to push your head through your arms. And when you inhale, option 1 is to just simply rock forwards as far as you can. Option 2, kiss your, or touch your nose to your thumbs. Or option 3, go all the way to the floor in front and push back. So we're going to inhale to roll forwards, tap, push back as we exhale. 3 more to go. So just take your time. Focus on pushing up through those shoulders and then pulling them back together. Last one. And then relax in extended child's pose again. Finally, we're going to take this technique that we've just learned and start to progress it into some of the more advanced yoga postures. So we'll start with crow pose, but we'll start with the kind of beginner movements and work our way up from there. So with crow pose, it really is important to planch, to get your body away from the floor and also have the confidence to shoot your body weight forwards over those fingertips. So it's kind of a confidence thing and a strength thing that gets you into crow. But before we leave the ground, and we won't leave the ground in this session, is we'll just do a few skills and drills for crow pose rather than do the full pose itself. So we're going to come up onto our feet. We're going to keep our hands on the floor. If mobility doesn't allow, don't worry. Just put your hands on the floor, bend your knees wherever you're at. Think about getting your knees in toward your armpits and finding that ledge on the back of your arms to rest your shins. Try not to directly rest your knee on the back of your bicep because it will bruise. And then we're just simply going to rock forwards and lift one foot up and squeeze, place it down, lift the other foot up and squeeze, place it down. So within that, you should feel that you're pressing the ground away and having to move your body further over that way to stop you falling back. So we're just going to do that 2 more times on each side. So find your setup position again, hands on the floor, grip the floor as if, like with your feet, you're not flat palmed on the floor. You're gripping through your fingertips and then pressing down through your knuckles. So there's a few gaps. We're going to tuck the knees back into those armpits. And we're just going to do 2 more each side. So rock forwards, lift and squeeze, plant the foot down, lift and squeeze the other side. You might need to come back, reset for the last ones. Tuck those knees into the armpits again, lift and squeeze, and then the other one, lift and squeeze, and then come back down. And we're just going to finish off with a few cat-cows to relax the shoulders after being hard at work. Just gently relax off the back and the spine. And then if you want to, once you've done about 5 each way, we'll just circle them as well. So same movement or positioning, but you're going sideways with the transition and then back the other way. Just relaxing off the spine in all directions, and then just finally finish in child's position to relax off the shoulders and the upper back as well.